to you, oh my Mitrandil and Bratrandil. So I just came out of the gym. I did my back workout today, and back workout is very heavy usually, and it definitely causes me lack of sleep in the night because the whole back kind of feels kind of warm, or some kind of, the body feels kind of sleepless because of the heavy beating it has taken from the gym. So what's the good news for today? The good news for today is that nothing much. I'm still waiting to hear from Oxford about my recommendations, if they've got my references. If they get one more reference, then technically I am ready to go to work for Oxford. But if not, then I'll have to work for Reading. So, but my first preference, I still don't know what is the first preference. I was looking at some of my tarot readings, and my tarot readings were saying that I should wait because these are two different decisions where you can take two different paths. So I'm a big fan of tarot, and I always listen to my favorite tarot readers like G. Her name is Gabriella, and a couple of other tarot readers like the Majestic Tarot. So yeah, it's a bit weird that I listen to tarot because I'm a fully grown adult, but it's just for me to, because a tarot reader is more like a spiritual healer. It's also, they give you good advice always. The tarot reader never gives you bad advice. They always tell you something positive to keep your hopes up. And whenever I'm having a bad day, I listen to my tarot, because in the tarot it always says your best days are coming and things like that. So it always so right now it seems like the best days of my life are coming. And in tarot, yeah, it's kind of true. Maybe it is probably the best time of my life in terms of overall career progression and things like that, and where I've reached in my life overall. So, and also there's so many other tarot readers who say that my 9-year karmic cycle has finished, and someone says your Aquarius is now going for a 5-year golden age or something like that. And also some other astrologer says that Pluto is entered Aquarius, which means Pluto is the planet of power. So Pluto has entered Aquarius, so the power is now in the hands of Aquarius and things like that. So for me, Aquarius is actually my 6th house, which is the house of enemies and work and daily routines and discipline and things like that. So if I've got power in the area of work, my daily work, then I guess it probably means that I can now start my own business, or have more options in terms of my professional life or things like that. So 6th house is the house of work. Yeah, so that's the thing. And the news for today, so what did I do for today? I changed my car insurance address to the Reading address, so it will start from 24th of July. So Reading will be my new parking space, so that I'll be parking in front of my house. So I have to change my car insurance accordingly. So I pay $78 a month, for 78 pounds a month, which is pretty expensive for a car like this old car. Yeah, and it also covers a lot of things like breakdown cover. Like if the car breaks down on the highway, then you can just call the RAC and they'll come and pick it up for free. Usually if you don't pay for it, then it will be around $200 to $500 just for calling RAC, the mechanics, because they have to come and pick up your car and all those things. Yeah, so that's covered in the insurance. The second thing was, I was thinking about how to move my stuff to Reading. So I've got a office chair, I've got office desk, and that's the main big things: office chair and office desk, and maybe some bags, a bicycle. So I was thinking that maybe I should take 2 trips on my car, because I can fit my office chair and office desk easily in one go, and bicycle easily in another go. So I'm thinking of doing that because it will cost me $200 just to hire a van and take it to Reading for one trip. So that's going to be, that's a better option, but I'm still thinking because for me already the rent is 800 and also I have to pay sorry, I already paid the deposit of 750 and also I have to pay the first month's rent. On the 15th I have to pay this month's rent. So the days that I'm going to stay from 20th to 30th, so that will be around $250, 250 pounds. So there's lots and lots of expenses like suddenly coming up because of this new house, and all I did was just pay 400 pounds more for my house, that's it. And that's already incurred so much of like financial burden on me because I don't like to pay rents, such a huge rent. I'm always been a stingy guy, so I have not really even, I've always been single as well because of the same reason, because the rent causes me to live in a very small house, small shared house, which most women will not like such a guy who lives in a shared house. So I cannot even decide to be married because women will not marry a man who is living in a shared house. So yeah, I've prioritized my savings for things like useless things like trying to have a relationship and things like that. But these days, I mean, the quality of relationships is so bad that having a family with that bad kind of relationship and where you're losing all your money and at the same time then you have children and the children are going to become some kind of losers. So that's another problem because the new generation is making children into some kind of strange creatures, like they go against society, they go against their parents. It's more like a left-wing thing going on here. So yeah, so I saw this family were actually just staring at me and laughing for some reason. Like I'm recording a video and these people are just staring at me, like a man and a woman and their son. They were all looking at me and staring at me and having some negative laughter. So in the end I showed my middle finger, but luckily they didn't see it because I'm quite a reactive guy, because I do like to show my middle finger whenever someone tries to be very obviously irritating to me. Yeah, and today in the gym I had the issue of the today's bully. Yes, yeah, so let's talk about, so I've started to create a new thing for myself which is called today's bully. Who was today's bully for me? So for today's bully for me was that guy who was in the gym, the receptionist, the gym of whoever was in charge of the gym. When I went inside the gym, he was sitting in the reception, and I didn't even look at him. I was just showing my scan QR code to the reception like that. You have to show that because it beeps when you show that. And the guy was sitting very close to that scanner, and also staring at me with a crazy stare. So that's typical West Midlands bully stare. It's like they're sitting there and staring at you like they're going to kill you or something. So that serial killer stare is pretty common among the British guys here in the West Midlands. They have this, I mean, maybe inside their mind they just want to stab you or something, but because they tend to have this idea that they are British, so they behave very well and try to always speak nicely. Excuse me, mate. but the way they stare at you, it's clear that they want to stab you or something like that. It's not, you can see from the stare that inside their heart it's not a good feeling. So trying to have a good manners and trying to have good culture, like English culture, British culture, is of no use, because inside your heart, if you have feelings of hatred and complete intention of destroying other people, then what's the point of British culture? That culture should be destroyed immediately, because what is inside is more important, not outside. So people who say British culture and this and that, the British Empire, of course, yeah, they have tea drinking and great culture of the Queen and Her Majesty's Queen, all those things, and royal family. Okay, but what did they do? They went to all the countries and killed people, and they carved out different countries. They created Israel. They created what else did they create? They created Pakistan. So they didn't create that out of peaceful and good manners and things like that. They created all those things with the power of the gun. So they used the gun. So they shot a lot of people in, for example, in Jallianwala Bagh, they killed like hundreds of Sikhs, and some of them even, like, they were protesting there for against something like probably the British Empire. They were probably protesting against something peaceful, like on a playground or some ground, school ground, and they came and ordered the soldiers to come and just shoot them like execution style. So what's the point of having yes sir, excuse me ma'am, excuse me madam? What's the point of saying all those mannerisms and thinking of yourself as highly cultured, when you go and kill people like they're animals? And they're just, first your heart has to be clean. And yeah, it reminds me of that. There's a famous book called White Hunter Black Heart or something like that. So the heart is black but the skin is white, so you have to remember that. So yeah, the guy was sitting there in the reception and staring at me with a look, and that look is pretty common. I don't the way they stare at you is like you're not even human being. So it's, and like you are some robber or you're an intruder. You're sitting there and staring at you like the Exorcist doll, like you are a ghost or something, a very angry ghost. So you're sitting there and thirsting for blood. So that guy was actually staring at me in the reception, and later he also came around. I was just standing in front of that vertical row machine. There was a small gap between me and, there's only a small gap to pass, but the guy had to come behind me very close by and pass by just behind me. Like, the entire gym is empty, but he, in the pretense of switching off some machines, just like the machines which are behind me, he had to come very, very close. Like, there's no other way to go behind. There's no other way to pass. Being a complete rude asshole is, and then speaking highly of yourself, like your British culture, this and that. Your body language is terrible. You have to, if you are deep inside your heart, if you have bad intentions, your body language shows that, and even the camera will show that. And I have complained about this to the previous gym. In Pure Gym, I had complained about the guy. There was a midget kind of guy, like a dwarfy kind of white guy. He was in his 40s or 50s. He would always laugh at me and make fun of me. And as soon as I entered the gym, he would just cross by me. Like, if I go into the parking lot, he would follow me, and on the Halloween day he would follow me as well. Like, I complained about this to the Pure Gym people, and they actually banned me from the gym for no reason, because he again one more time he just said something to me like Yeah, I had gone into the toilet, and he had actually, when I opened the toilet, he put his head inside the door and said, "You have set off the alarm, mate." Like he's basically being aggressive and rude to me all the time. And this time he said, "You have set off the alarm." So I went outside and asked them, "What do you mean I've set off the alarm? I didn't touch anything. There's no way I could set off the alarm or something." I went into the toilet. Of course, I wanted to change, or maybe I also was. When I change, I always go into the toilet and take videos of myself, of my body transformation. And so this guy actually, after that, they had actually they had planned out the whole thing. What they did was, he wanted to provoke me by saying that. So I have a policy. I don't look at this guy ever. So because I decided to completely ignore this all these people in the gym completely. You can call it racism or whatever you want, but I don't have any interest in looking at anyone in the gym. So I don't look at anyone in the gym. I focus on my workout, and I know that when someone is trying to talk to me for no reason, there is some underhand intention against in that. So the guy actually tried to say something like, "You set off the alarm in the toilet." So I went to tried to go to the guy and talk to him, but he was surrounded by almost 10 women who were all somehow related to the gym, like Pure Gym. And then the main lady in the gym, like the one who takes care of, I think she's a female fitness instructor. She was also in the gym, and she was also like defending him and standing there. And so I said, "What does he mean that I've set off the alarm?" And so she said, "No, you set off the alarm." That's what he said. And I said, "Don't try to bully people. Just don't try to talk shit and bully people." I just said something like that, and I went off. That's it. And then she said, "Oh, you are being aggressive to me." And so she called her boss, and she complained to her boss about it, like creating a fake victim scenario, and calling the gym boss. And but about 1 month before that, there was also another incident. When I was about to get out of the gym, this guy actually was running across my path, like very close to me. So this is not acceptable. He does that all the time, like so many times, walking behind me, coming across me, like being aggressive. They have this. So the people in this West Midlands, they have this personality disorder, like aggressive personality disorder. That's what they know everywhere. Like even in the NHS, they have a warning message to people on the phone. When you call the NHS, they say any kind of insults to our staff will not be accepted, because they have been getting too many insulting and aggressive messages from the people. The people are very aggressive here. So that's your British culture. So they're deep down inside, they're all just a bunch of criminals. So but they try very, very hard to not to show that. So basically they're all criminals and gangsters. And so that's the whole of the British culture for you. It's just gangsters now. And there'll be one token black guy for everything, for all race related matters. They'll bring one token black guy into the gym and pretend like they are not racist. So it's typical like that. So for example, so today in the gym, the same thing kind of happened. The guy was staring at me when I entered the gym, and then for no reason he had to walk just behind me within a gap of 1 meter. I just looked behind me like this, and he passed by me like that. I had complained about this previously in the University of Liverpool, where there was a small gap between the place where I was sitting, and people were walking behind me all the time. And I said, "Why don't you use the other way? Go through that other way, because there was a chair as well, and when I was working in the lab there was a small gap behind me as well. So all these people were continuously walking behind me for no reason, and I said, I told to one of the guys, why don't you walk the other way? And he was basically butthurt because he was one of the senior researchers in the lab. So he complained to his boss at a very small he acted like he was very insulted by that. And so I told they complained to my boss, and I told my boss, these people are walking very close to me behind my back. And so I said, why don't you use some other why don't you go through the other way? And so they just that incident completely didn't was basically didn't happen. Nothing happened after that. So you have to look at the signs here. They just keep doing this, and they try to keep provoking you, and when you get provoked, then you are the bad guy. So that's called microaggression. So there's a plan they have of continuously irritating someone who is of not their race, obviously. So they continuously keep irritating you until one day the guy will snap, and if the guy will do something, then I don't even do anything. I just ask them in pure gym. I ask them, why did he say that? Don't stop bullying people. And she said, you are being aggressive. I said, I ask him to stop talking to me, ask him to stop bullying me. And she actually called her boss, and then they somehow pretended that I was the bad guy, and they basically said, you will not be allowed into the gym. And then they even actually so when I sent many more emails about why you have banned me from the gym, they had no reply to that. And then I also said, you have also taken my 1 month's fees, gym fees, on the exact day that I was banned. So they took the whole month's fee after that day, and then they banned me. After 1 day on the same day when I was banned, that day my fees was taken for 1 month. And then I sent her an email saying, this is not acceptable. This is unauthorized charging of 1 month's fee. And so when I said that, I told that she has unauthorized she has taken the payment in an unauthorized way. If they have banned me, they should not have taken the money. And so they said, we have just so we have not taken any of your money. We have banned you on the previous day. So basically they said they have not banned me now. They banned me 2 days before. So basically they changed the date. So the incident actually happened 2 days. So the incident happened today, and they said they have banned me 2 days even before the incident happened. So basically, and then I said, what was the reason you have banned? So then they said, we will not tolerate aggressive behavior towards anyone. If you look at the policies of our gym policies, you will see that we have the right to contact the police if we encounter any such issues again or something like that. So after that, I had reached a point in that time in the gym where I was almost about to get my six-pack. I was doing my 100-day six-pack challenge, and I was on my 67th day of my six-pack thing, and I was almost close to getting a six-pack and almost losing my complete belly fat, and I was like 85 kgs. I was reaching 84 kgs, and I was running very fast. I was able to run a mile in under 6 minutes. So now I'm running a mile in 6 minutes 57 seconds, but at the time I was running a mile in 6 minutes. And I was reaching the peak of my athletic abilities. I was doing abs workout every day. So Yeah, so basically so what I did after that was I gave 1 month break for some reason, and then I got really fat. I ate a lot of food, and at the time I was also following Sam Sulek's advice on doing abs, doing the cardio in the morning and workouts in the evening. So I was splitting cardio and workouts, so the weight training in the evening. So morning and evening, I was going 2 days, 2 times a day. So yeah, I think that's one of the great advantages of working from remote, because you can do whatever you want. You can go to the gym twice a day if you want. If you work remote, you can do so many things which you cannot do when you're working in an office. You don't have to buy any clothes. You don't have to wear any clothes. Sometimes, like, if you can wear your underwear and actually just wear a t-shirt and then go on the Zoom calls. I mean, I've never actually worn any trousers or pants, like a jeans or something. So I've only been wearing like shorts all the time for the last 2 years, and I've been basically working continuously, and it didn't really affect me at all. So that's great advantage of working remotely. So yeah, after that I actually joined this gym. This gym was a pretty depressing gym as well. Like this gym is quite empty all the time. And when I first joined this gym, there were like really feral kind of people here, like a lot of teenagers and things like 20 years old or something like that. So they were quite aggressive as well. Like they don't have any self-control, and try to show aggression towards everyone, and usually they pick someone in the gym to harass or bully. And yeah, so I mean, it's not direct bullying, but they just, if you look at them, they will try to give you some odd dirty looks. So that's the problem, you can't even look at them. So you should never be yeah, so they're like abusers, emotional abusers. There's no point in there's no way to be friendly in this place. And yeah, I mean, they will say, why don't you leave? Okay, I don't have to leave, I just have to mind my own business, and I'm doing that. So yeah, today I was yeah, so that's the thing for today. My gym, that guy was bullying me, asshole, standing at the reception again. And I think he was, yeah, I think they kind of know that the other day I was actually showing the middle finger to the guy who was actually following me around in the gym. Yeah, so these people, they are like a huge gang. They all probably know each other, and they kind of create some kind of a fake gaslighting kind of environment where they act like they all don't know each other, and actually they all know each other. They all probably been to school together or something, and they've been here for their entire life. So they know that there is some kind of dynamic already going on here between the people. So they've been probably here for the last 20-30 years. So, and I'm the only one who is here for the last 2 years, maybe last 1 year. Yeah, in this town I've been only for about 2 years. So yeah, so they create this fake sense of different kind of reality. So gaslighting is when they all pretend they don't know each other, and then a girl just pretends that she kind of likes you, or like looks at you and smiles at you, and then immediately brings her boyfriend behind, immediately in front of you. And then, like, it's more like a trauma bonding, like people, and then the boyfriend acts like he wants to beat you up. So it's typical like that. So they have this very strange behavior, like a trauma bonding behavior as well. Like, you have to look up that in that's a part of narcissistic personality disorder. Like the women, they try to, because nobody likes them, they have to make some guy to threaten you or bully you so that you start liking them for some reason. And sometimes it works. Like you make some guy to beat you up, then your ego is somehow starts to like the girl for being beaten up by some guy who she asked to beat you up. So it's called trauma bonding. So it's like there's a bond created because of the trauma, and it's very, very common. The British girls do it very, very all the time. They have no capacity to have the normal kind of straightforward love relationship, like not a love relationship, but like a straightforward interaction where, okay, if you like someone, you just go and talk to them. No, it's not like that. There has to be a guy who is going to be her bodyguard, and she will try to talk to someone, and if the guy doesn't like them, then she will send this guy to bully that guy or something like that. So it's almost always like that. So there's some kind of gang behavior. First of all, she's not feminine for having a male friend, and even if it's a male friend, there's not really a clear line between the friendships. So the male friendship is somehow some kind of a transaction going on there. Maybe there's some kind of give and take going on. Maybe there's a friends with benefits kind of situation, and yeah, so they don't know the concept of love actually in this country. So it's more like a transaction. So it's more like a quick shag or something like that. So you pay the money and you do the deed, and thank you, wham bam, thank you ma'am. So I've not really come across any strong passionate love kind of situation in this country, because I don't know, they've just destroyed it for some reason. The industrial mentality does not allow for genuine human emotions like passion or love and things like that. So the more accepted thing now is just have more like a gang like kind of situation. So you are part of so that's why they call the partner in crime. So you just find a partner who you like, and you both try to harass everyone. So it's more like partner in crime. So you commit crimes together. That kind of situation works. So it's basically like a gang like behavior. So narcissist and her flying monkey. So narcissist will be, yeah, the lady will be a narcissist. The guy will be her beta male who is always praising her and also trying to gossip information, like send information from other people to her. So he gains her, like slavery. Yeah, so he gains her good graces, and then he comes into her good graces and starts to form a relationship. It's a long-term relationship where they support each other through this parasitic behavior. The guy tries to talk shit about others and defend her for all her shortcomings, and she although doesn't like him, she will keep him for, because she is not capable of love. As according to the psychologists, the narcissists are not capable of love, and so in this society there is no love actually. So it's more like a transaction. Okay, I buy you a house and you give me sex, that's it. So that's it. So that's a husband and a wife. The husband buys them a house, buys the woman a house, and the woman gives the man sex. So it's simple as that. So that's why they have the whole society is like mortgages and car insurance, and so it's something like that. So the wife is also becomes a property, and the man also kind of becomes a property of the woman. So it's more like but the man's, yeah. So it's a pretty boring kind of situation. So there's no passion, there's no genuine feelings, and obviously the children who are born from them are like this. They bully others, and as long as they are able to find shitty jobs and live in the same town for their entire life, doing shitty things to others, then that's a successful life according to them. Yeah, so that's my. So what else is the news for today? So regarding, so what do I have to do? So today I've got a lot of negative things to talk about. I don't know why. I have to start focusing on my positive vibes, and yeah, today the vibes are very negative. And my landlord has the letting agent actually called me and said they have 3 more people to view the house, which is another way they are like being very aggressive and harassing you, like, we got 3 viewings, when are we free? Like, some old lady called me up and she's just talking to me like some kind of a nasty bitch, and she's asking me, and I'm like completely burnt out. I just can't deal with these people anymore. It's like I've got so many things to do, and this lady is like, they already had 1 viewing 2 days ago, like yesterday, and I had to clean my whole room for that. And I kept my room completely clean, and the guy just came and they had a look at the room, and my room was kept absolutely amazingly clean. And when I first came into the room, it was completely like shit, and there was no mattress on the bed. It was just a empty wooden cot, and the bed was not, there was no mattress on it. And if you just look at the toilet in my room, the toilet is actually does not even have a, actually there is no door for the toilet, so the toilet is just like a curtain. So whenever you go for a shit, the whole room will be filled with the smell of your shit. so that's why when I first saw the room, I was like, so there's no door for this? That's it? I asked the agent, and that's what he said. He was looking at me like he was giving me some kind of, he was selling me some kind of used crappy product or something, and he was scared that I would reject it. But actually I accepted it. And when this viewing happened yesterday, that guy was very confident and said, yeah, this was really good, I really like it. He was some kind of ginger guy with almost 6 foot something, and ginger guy with so many tattoos. The tattoos were showing on his arms, and I don't understand, like, the people have become complete like feral people nowadays, and they get tattoos all the time, and they just a rubbish kind of population. The population has become some kind of unbelievable, like total douchebags. But yeah, the British population is probably slightly better compared to the American population in a way. I think the Americans, there are more psychopaths there, but the British is more like more left wing and more like communist. Compared, the Americans think that the British are like left wing communists or something like that. And the people have more rights, and the people have more individual rights here in this country. But in America, they treat people like they don't exist at all, because the big corporates are everything there. The big corporates, the private companies, they rule everything, they rule everyone, and people are like non-existent. An individual person has no power. If he has no money, he has no power. So the display of power is only through the display of money. So if you don't have money, you are non-existent. I mean, it's the same everywhere, but in America, the corporate thing is like, the corporates have so much power, they have gone into another, almost a different world. So the common man is almost like a homeless man. So the homeless people of America, you must have seen a lot of those documentaries. Nobody cares about them. So it's the common man of America. There's no middle class now. The middle class is almost disappeared, and they hate the lefties. they call the lefties, anyone who is like against war or against or friendly to all the international like like the Middle East or things like that. They hate the university people, they hate the professors. Yeah, so that's the main American policy. And anyone who is brown is immediately suspicious. So that's the thing with America. They don't even understand anything about the real issues of the Middle East, and they don't give a shit about it. Yeah, so that's so why am I talking about all this? What's the main thing that I have to be talking about? I have to be talking about positive things in my life, get into a more positive vibe, and yeah, so what's the positive things that I can talk about today? For what's the news for today? Yeah, the main good news is that I got my car insurance address changed, and it cost me $40, 40 pounds. So that's a positive thing, because it's always a pain in the ass to deal with all these insurance issues. And so I've dealt with my car insurance. The second good news today is that my deposit for my new house has already been put in the deposit some scheme where they have like the guaranteed return or something like. So the deposit protection scheme. So I've signed my document on DocuSign, and my deposit is now protected. So the next thing I have to do is on 15th I have to pay my rent, like for the days from 20th to 31st. So what's the other good news? Yeah, a lot of things to do. Still have to decide. Waiting for the recommendations for Oxford job to be coming. Still very confused about my choices. Which job should I take? I just realized that the only person who benefits from me taking this job is the recruiter. The recruiter is actually getting 15% of my salary as her commission. Maybe only the first salary, or maybe I don't know, every salary. So if I get that job, she gets 15% of my salary. So the thing is that if I ask for more salary, then they obviously have an incentive to try to get me more salary. So that's why I think I just realized that when you ask for more salary, the recruiter should be trying to welcome you into the thing, because that's how the recruitment world works. And they are more like your friend, and that's the reason they are actually helping you and trying to help you and support you and things like that. So in that sense, they are actually feeding off me. They are basically parasites, and they are not really trying to. They are more like a middleman who are doing the middleman thing, and they get some money for taking me into the company. But now I could probably ask for more salary from the Oxford people, and I could probably ask for more salary from the no, not from the Reading. They have already given me enough. So I need to ask for more from the Oxford people, because they can afford to pay me, I think, because the problem is it's not really a big company. It's only 100 people. So if you try to pretend to be like if you try to ask for more salary, they might actually try to get rid of you after 6 months or after a year. That's another problem. So that's a major issue that I have to deal with. So let's see what happens. So what's the other good news? Some of the other good news are that I have to just focus on my positives. So today I was thinking, when I was having a shower, I was thinking about creating an app with my idea where I can just upload a photo, upload a picture of my face, and then try to try to give some statistics about the face data, like the breadth of the face and area of the triangle and skin type, skin quality, and all those things. I can create a software as a service like that. And yeah, I already have like a thing working on my system, and I can just put it on a website somewhere and they can actually create that. So, and yeah, I can actually create that into a service, software as a service. So I can actually probably make some money maybe in the future if that works. Create some, maybe give some advertising space for people, so that the advertising people will pay me for a while, and after that maybe I can create maybe money from it, just not from advertising, but also from using the service for maybe big companies or yeah. So the other good news is that my stocks, so all the stocks are doing well. Palantir is now 27, and Google is now 191, which is amazing. And Facebook is 530 now. It's just jumped from 510 to 531 in one day. I think in one day almost all the stocks jumped like crazy. That's the thing about the whole American stock market. All of them will jump once in a while at the same time. So Palantir, Google, and what else? And yeah, GigaCloud Technology is still stuck at 32, and I'm hoping that it will go into, because I bought it at 36, so it has to go into something higher soon. The prediction is that it will be at 69 in 1 year. And actually right now I'm starting to think that I have to stop looking at these assholes who give analyst targets and things like that, because I know better than these people. Because when I bought Google and Facebook, I didn't look at any analysts. Clearly I knew that these were the best companies. I just bought them, and yeah, so I had to stop looking at these analysts. First of all, I also had this doubt that these people were Chinese, like the GigaCloud Technology, and they have, like, although the company is based in America, it was a Hong Kong based, it was started in Hong Kong, it went public in the USA, it's based in LA, but still most of the people are still Chinese in the company, and that is creating a huge problem for the stock to go up at the moment. I think that's the reason, but yeah, I'm just happy that it's still very close to 32, and soon it should start shooting up. But I don't know what the catalyst is for this to jump up. And Alibaba is like a dead horse, and there's no point whipping a dead horse, because it's been down 20% for the last whole 2 years for me. It's a disaster. So, but still the experts are saying that Alibaba is worth 105 or 150 or 160 maximum. Yeah, let's see what happens. Because the China problem, the China risk, and geopolitical tensions between USA and China are so bad that Alibaba will be stuck in this crabby situation for a long time, and it's a pretty bad thing. But my trading Sabio trading is doing better. Forex trading is doing well. I am $180 above the starting balance. And my stock account is $4,000 below starting account, which is very bad. But I'm lucky I'm still able to survive with that. I made some analysis for my Monday's trades, and I think I will start to, yeah, for me I think I could also start trading from home. Yeah, so with that, now it's getting a bit colder now, so I will have to stop and go back home and start cooking something for my dinner. And with that, I will now end my talk. Overall, it's not been a very good experience today because the guy in the gym had to come very close to me for some reason, like to annoy me or irritate me. Like they have these gay tendencies. Yeah, so what do I do in this situation? They are not, I mean, how can you stop them from coming close to you? They will keep on doing that. So what's the solution to this problem? Um, he came close to me, but he could not do anything apart from that. He also stood very straight in front of me, tried to be in the vicinity wherever I was, tried to come with his vacuum cleaner very close to me, unnecessarily doing all these things. Like they need to show that they are in control of the place or things like that. So their main reason is that they think that they are in control and they rule the place. So if I had maybe said hi to him and things like that, no, even if I had said hi to him, he would step up that aggression more and more. So being the problem is that they are control freaks, and what you could do is to make them lose the control. How can you make them lose the control? You can drop some tissues everywhere, make the place dirty. Yeah, make it whatever he's trying to do the opposite. Yeah, that's something I can do. Next time I will do that. And every time he does something like that, I will try to do that, because anyway, I'm not going to be here for a long time. I'll be leaving this place, and I think this is what the problem is. It's like the lefty behavior. Like it's not lefty, maybe it's more like control freak behavior. Like if there's only 2 people in the gym, he still has to assert his dominance on the people who are in the gym. So it's more like the Stanford prison experiment. Like if you have a bunch of people and you tell some of the people that they're prison guards and some of them are prisoners, then the prison guards will immediately start acting strange and they start to treat the prisoners like and they become very cruel and start torturing psychologically torturing the prisoners. So Stanford experiment, Milgram's experiment or something like that. So they try to, so that's what is happening in society right now. It's like you tell some people that you are the leaders and the other people you tell them that you are. So you make some people the leaders and you make some people the managers and you make some people the normal people or the workers. So the managers now act like they rule the workers, and they have some power, like they have some imaginary power or something like that, and then they start acting like they try to torture the people who are below them. So it's simple, like it's a simple concept. So that's how the society works. That's how our society is designed. And yeah, giving control to some people and to harass the other group of people. So in this situation, there is nothing much you can do. Yeah, so with that, I don't know, very bad, depressed feeling now because of this incident in the gym. Although it was not very. And also there was another guy who was pretending to be like a supermodel or something and coming in the gym later on. And yeah, there was also another cute girl who was sitting there just right in front of me and then went inside. There was another guy who pretending to be like super handsome and came inside. So a lot of gaslighting going on today. Like they. And then last week there was a lady who was asking me something like, "Are you going to film here?" And then she immediately was started talking to her boyfriend. And today she was again here, that fat lady. And today she didn't say anything and she was staying away from me. And later she was being picked up by her boyfriend when she was leaving the gym. So yeah, so she didn't try to talk to me or anything like that. So yeah, so she had learned her lesson to stay the hell away from me. If she has a boyfriend, then don't try to come and speak to me or like being aggressive or. Yeah, and then the boyfriend tried to come and pick her up, and he was again looking at me with this shitty, dirty look in the car. Like he was reversing the car and looking at me with this shitty, dirty look. So yeah, I think yeah, so there has been all these nasty people around in the gym. Although the gym was completely empty, even just 5 people in the gym can create this psychological games inside your head like superiority complex and things like that. So they have all some kind of superiority complex. I mean, my intention is never to be like pretend to be like superior to them, but somehow they all have to feel like they are superior, and they also have to show that because they feel peaceful in their heart when they are happy that the person, like there is some guy who is considered like an Indian who is of a lower race in front of them, and so they are happy with that. So they usually feel good when they have some lower race person near them, and they need to go very close to that person for some reason, being aggressive, because they can't do that to the same with their same race. They can do that to the lower race. So the aggression problems will come where they feed on the immigrants. Basically, the immigrants are more like yeah. So the whole concept of the country is more like the society more or less works on the idea of immigration. That's why they welcome it so much, because they allow the very peaceful countries to send their migrants to be harassed by these people. So that's why they have the Indian food everywhere. They make fun of the curry and they make fun of the Indians, and then in the end they will pay for it, because the more you make fun of them, they will elect some Indian for the mayor of London, and they will elect some Indian for the prime minister of the country. So your entire country will be filled with then you will lose your power. So you can bring a reform party or whatever, but until you stop treating people like that, you are feeding on the immigrants. So don't try to call the immigrants shit, because that's the supply they get, like the narcissistic personality disorder. They feel superior, and maybe they are superior in a way, like they can say I have blonde hair and blue eyes, or but at some point the blonde hair and blue eyes actually came from Russia. They are not. They came from the Baltic region. So the people who are blondes and blue-eyed, everyone in Europe who is blonde and blue-eyed, that gene actually comes from the Baltic region. So they are basically all Russians, and most of the people in Europe they all came from Russia to Europe, and of course the Germanic people all came from Sweden. But before Sweden was created, they all came from Asia. So they all came from the northern Russian region because if you look at the maps, clearly you can see that Sweden and Norway and all these countries are very close to Russia. So they have a huge 1,000-kilometer border with Russia. So everything started from Russia. In fact, even the Indians, the Aryan invasion theory, that's also, they came from Russia down south to India, and even the Iranians are Russians somehow. They are all related to the Russians, because there was a tribe called Scythians or Scythians. That's where the Iranians came from. That's part of Russia. And the first Aryan invasion theory, it's also the Yamnaya culture and all these cultures, Sinthasta culture, almost 5,000 to 10,000 years ago, the Sinthasta culture, they all come from Russia. So if you think that you are superior because of those characteristics, like blonde eyes and blue hair, blonde eyes and blonde hair and blue eyes, then you are feeding on the immigrants and taking all their, it's cultural appropriation. So they want to take all the cultures from all over the world and make it their own. That's also part of the narcissistic behavior. Like, they want to be the person who they think is superior to them, so they come close to the person. So the reason he's coming close to me is because he wants to steal my identity. And stealing my identity for them is that they come close to me and being pretending like they are superior to me, like standing right in front of me and acting like they are more important than me. So that's stealing my identity. So that's what they're trying to do. So that's what the main target of the narcissist is, to steal your identity. I think that's one of the main reasons I don't like to work in the office in this country, because most of the times they're feeding off your energy and they try to steal your identity as well. Like, they try to, whatever you do, they suddenly start to say that they did it. They even try to steal your achievements. They try to steal everything that you do. So that's a part of the narcissistic personality disorder. So working in the office is a big problem because of that. So let me see, I will go through this for a while, think about my options for a while, and then think about what I can do in the next few days. At this point, I'll give it some time. I think I jumped the gun too fast with this offer, because when they asked me, if I give you this offer, they will always ask you this question: if I give you this offer, if we give you this job, will you take the offer? And I always say, and I said yes when the Russian lady from that job asked me, if we give you the offer, will you take it? And I said yes. And even the job from Oxford, they said, if I give you the job, will you take it? And they said yes. So I don't know what to say to that, because they gave me the offer and I didn't sign it for one day. The people in Oxford, they got a bit worried, and the next day they called me and said, is there anything we could do to you? To help. Do you have any questions? And at that time was a good time for me to negotiate the salary, but I forgot to, not forgot, but I was too scared. I said, oh, nothing, no questions at all. So at that time they thought that I was actually not telling my workplace that I'm leaving the job. So Even the HR officer later in the email, she said something like, I hope that you have told your workplace, have you told them that you are leaving your job? And yeah, so that's something she asked me on the email. So she was also being a bit so the HR lady for the Oxford job is an Indian lady, and she's a bit like I think a bit bitter kind of lady. She's not like really good looking or something. So HR ladies are usually very good looking. So I think she's a bit like a bitter kind of HR lady. So because of not being like extremely attractive. So yeah, she basically, so when they ask you, so how could I have done this differently? I could have taken the offer, but if I don't sign it for the next few days, then they will immediately take back the offer. So that's why you have to sign it very fast, and when they give you these kind of jobs, you have to be very quick and take it up and act like yes sir, and act like a complete slave. So otherwise they will get suspicious, and they will not let you play the games too much with them. So now it's time for me to go home and think more about what I have to do for the next few days. Yeah, yes, let's end this. It's almost 1 hour and 6 minutes, and a lot of negative vibes for today, but somehow I come to a conclusion about this control freak people in the gym. Yeah, so that's a bit irritating the fuck out of me. So let's, yeah, today was very irritating, I have to say. It's not a good feeling, and I felt very irritated today because of that guy. It happens a lot. I think I almost got very triggered today. So even that day, the other day, when I showed the middle finger, I was very triggered. They were all following me for a long time, and today was like a continuation of the same thing. They were trying to make up for it, or like, okay, now I'm trying to understand what they're trying to do. They're trying to make up amends for my situation. Like when I go to the gym, I see that usually there's a guy in the gym who is like a bald or like a skinhead, tall skinhead guy, who is a scary looking pale colored guy who is quite muscular as well. So when he's in the reception, I mean he's a bit scary. So that's why they're trying to make it look like, okay, now they are putting a young guy in the reception, and he's like, oh, friendly to me, and so don't be nice to them. And yeah, I don't care. I don't like males as receptionists. I don't like the male. I don't want to talk to men. That's it. Simple as that. So there was a girl receptionist in the gym the other day, and she suddenly jumped in front of me and said hi when I entered the gym. So at that time I was like, oh, I was a bit shocked. Like, that's again aggressive. When the whole gym is empty in the weekend, and they just suddenly start coming out of the door in an aggressive way and jumping in front of you and say hi, and I had to smile and say hi and things like that. So that's one issue. Yeah, so they put this guy there so that he doesn't look very aggressive, and they also made him walk very close to me. So they know what's going on there. It's more like a continuation of the same process. Like the other day, okay, like the other day, a guy and a girl were following me around in the gym, and I showed them the middle finger, and clearly I didn't really like the look of them, and So today they were trying to make up for it by just having a girl first, and then she went back into inside. And then just the guy came, and he went back inside. So they know that I am the kind of guy who likes only to have one-on-one interactions, and maybe it's like the INFJ character. So they know, they're trying to understand what I am like. So they're trying to maybe make me feel good or something. I don't know, but I don't understand why they're trying to do that. Why don't they leave me alone? Like I'm not really that important. Why do they care about someone? That's my question. Why do they care about me? Why don't they just leave me alone? I don't really have to interact with anyone in the gym. So the point is that, yeah, even my supervisor in Cambridge used to say, oh, all these people, they like you a lot, they want to be with you, and why you're doing like that? Why you're trying to be aloof? Why you're trying to be away from them? And I thought, maybe they like me, but I don't. I think what I said to her was very rude. She said, they like you so much, why do you try to act so aloof? And I said, I know they like me, but I don't want to be around them. And I think that really hurt her a lot, because she was trying to maybe help me a little bit by being a bit emotional, and maybe she liked me. That's the thing. She probably got hurt because I said that. Maybe she said, I like you and I want to be near you, but you try to be aloof. So that's the thing. She basically was trying to tell me that they like me and I have to be a celebrity or something. I'm not that kind of person. I cannot basically be a celebrity. I'm not that kind of a person at all. I can't take power and try to act like. I mean, I've been in parties and I can be a happy guy in a party, but I'm not really. It's been a long time since I actually been like a super famous guy or popular guy or something like that. So maybe they think that I'm a popular person now. I don't know. But yeah, it's a bit irritating to have these people being affected by me, and yeah, I don't understand it. Maybe that's the issue. There's some kind of mismatch. I don't like them, and they're trying to make themselves like me, but I still don't like them. So there's something which is I don't like about them. It's simple as that. And the main reason is that I am not happy with my life, so I'm not going to be happy with them. So that's the problem. So deep down inside, I'm not happy with my life. I'm not saying I'm not happy with my life completely, but I'm happy in some aspects. But there's some serious things lacking in my life at the moment, which I'm trying to make up for, and there's a struggle going on, and so that's why I'm doing the grind. It's the daily grind. I'm working towards going up in my life, and there's a lot of things to do, and I don't have time for these people with their bullshit. So stay away from me and just let me do my thing. So I'll end my talk now. It's a bit irritating today. So talk to you tomorrow.